Hello, everybody. Let's see who is with us today. It's the BookMark team and our favorite format, Ask Us Anything About LinkedIn. Thank you for being with us. And let's see what we're going to talk about today. It's your turn to ask the questions you are interested in about the professional network LinkedIn. We are ready to help you, so don't hesitate. Leave your questions in the comments if you watch us live or if you are listening to the podcast of BookMark. Please share your questions for the next edition, which is in July. We have these events every first Friday of the month, so we are not going to underestimate your desire to participate, and we're going to ask you next time. Let's see who is with us today. It's Alex, Emo, and Peggy. Hello, everybody. How are you feeling today? Ready for the questions?
Hey, ready for many questions and some discussions?
Yep. Okay. I want to start actually with some great news around us. We're now 10 in the team, which is something to celebrate. Yeah. Drum. Welcome Nikki on board. Maria Nico is our BookMark lead. She was part of the Linked Academy, the first edition, which we spoke about during the last several months. So that's great news. Hopefully, you're going to see her in some of the next editions. Actually, I'm sure you will. It was a matter of discussion whether she joins this edition, but we thought to, give her some space to breathe. And next time, hopefully, you'll see her. And the next thing I want to brag about is Emma's great achievement. We speak about success a lot on our page, and his latest success, not the last, I'm sure, is his prize, Talent of the Year. Drum roll again, please. He got that prize in the field of marketing, PR, and advertising by Talent Club BG and to the top agency. Emo is our top talent, and we are very happy to have him in the team. So thanks, Emo, for everything you do with us. To think about your questions, ladies and gentlemen, and before we see the chat, I'd like to start with a question we got from Yana. In the comments before this live event, she's interested in the new look at the dashboard of the LinkedIn pages. Her question was phrased, "Why just why?" Apparently, she's not very happy with the new look, and we're going to show how it looks now and see what's the new. Actually, it's not something revolutionary new, and it shouldn't bother you. As every new thing, it requires some time to get used to and some experimenting. It's for sure something that will improve your performance and your usage of the page. So you can see that there is some change in the look where you see the dashboard. The first posts are the latest posts that have appeared on the page. Of course, there is a very visible boost button which invites you to have some advertising on each post. Like we've mentioned, I think, in some of the latest editions, we don't actually recommend boosting posts, but making whole campaigns and running ads in a whole strategy of the company. You see some statistics here, which are analytics, sorry, which are essential for planning the next content, estimating how you're performing and what to do next. We see the trending posts of your team, which is also helpful. Here we see also posts that we have uploaded in the My Company tab posts. So these are not posts that only appear on the page you're running, but also on other pages, which is interesting. Teddy, do you like the new look of the dashboard? Is it confusing for you?
I actually love it.
Really?
This is one of the things that took me a bit of time to adjust. At first, I had this initial reaction of why? Because we work so much with LinkedIn and we work so much with LinkedIn pages that at one point or another it becomes muscle memory to just look for something that you need to do, and because it's muscle memory you can do it very very fast. So I think this is part of the outrage, quote unquote, of why we need to change things that work. But you were right when you said that when we change things we can actually improve on them, and I think with this change there is a quite an improvement. One thing specifically that I really like is that the whole look seems a bit more compact, so everything is much more it's just better situated to work, even if you're trying to get something done very fast. It is it's just it's better. Another thing that I really like, and I'm looking at it a lot and I like it, it's the today's actions module, which I think will be very very helpful to a lot of people who may not have the full expertise on how to manage their LinkedIn page, but they can now take hints, which I think is one more step where LinkedIn is just trying to not gatekeep knowledge, which is ultimately one of the pillars we as professionals try to stick by on LinkedIn. Sharing is caring, so sharing more knowledge, helping administrators to know what actions to take. I like that. I like that very much, and I also like the whole outlook. Still, some of the features. I don't know if you've noticed this, but over the last couple of days, yesterday, we found out that some of the features are sometimes they crash. Like a couple of times it happens with some of pages that I have seen, and people complaining that they can no longer access the notify employees. Sometimes they just things are cracking, but this is normal because it's still rolling out. Some people still have the old look, so it will take a bit of adjustment, but I think it's for the better. I don't know what you think. You actually manage even more pages, have even more.
Yeah, I would. I wanted to have some controversy with you, but I can't. But just accept what you said because at first my impression was the same. It was like, oh, why did you change it? It was good the way it was, but yeah, it's more compact now. It's easier to navigate. It's also very visible, the premium um, page button, which is just inviting you to test and experiment with the new feature of LinkedIn. And it's also very inviting to encourage team members to be active and seeing the analytics for their post improvement, which was something that was visible in the old way as well, but not so, yeah, um, not so visible in a way. Is great, and it's encouraging for the team to use LinkedIn and to engage with the company content.
I'm going to be curious because when we're doing our trainings, usually people share their view on how LinkedIn pages look as someone who's just using LinkedIn for their company's purposes. So I'm going to be curious in the next month when we are talking during trainings with people in companies, what their view will be and how the employees actually will take that, and will they increase their participation and their connections with the LinkedIn page, as you said. So this is
Yeah,
something that probably we're going to share, and we're going to come back to and share details on the Vox Populi during next month.
yeah. As for the My Company tab, Alex wanted to add something. No, actually, maybe to finish this conversation, I wanted to discuss the page inbox. What do you think about it, and how do you feel? Because for the moment, it's not very new, but I don't see that people like it. It's not very used on the pages, and in my opinion, it's one of the features that is going to be out maybe in short time, just like the stories. And
Yeah.
about it, to be honest.
This is exactly what I was thinking the other day, because I was just looking at some of my old articles that I have written, and I went back to a really funny one about what to post on LinkedIn stories, and then since you can post on LinkedIn stories, and then I got to remember, oh, this is a feature that we no longer have, because people were not using it, because it was not, probably my opinion is that people were not using it because they didn't feel like this is a LinkedIn feature. So yes, I fear that the same thing will happen with pages. However, I actually like it. I like the fact that you have the opportunity to actually message a page, but you also have the opportunity, the old one, to find someone and to connect with them and to ask them questions. I like that we have both opportunities, but in order for us to keep the feature up, we, and I mean as people on LinkedIn who are actively promoting using LinkedIn for business, I think that we should encourage companies to in their term encourage people to message them. I think this is something that can be used very rationally, and now that you've mentioned it, maybe I should do an article on that. I don't know if anyone will be interested.
I suggest the next task has anything to be with just you and me.
Yeah, that would definitely be good. And I'd definitely love to read an article written by you at the link blog. So it's about time. And yeah,
Promised.
I will probably get the stage. And since you mentioned some recent changes, not only in the dashboard, but in so many features around LinkedIn, I was surprised yesterday by Emo, something he showed me. So let me say a so non-LinkedIn feature. It's about videos, which are definitely turning TikTok-ish or Reel-ish, and it's going to be the end of everything on LinkedIn. Yeah, am I right, Mr. Gen Z?
uh, Actually, it's quite funny. I haven't spoken for 16 minutes now. Quite overwhelming. But yeah, as for your thoughts about the TikTok format on LinkedIn,
Just a second, just a second. You deserve some cheering.
anyway, all right. Thank you for the applause. As for the thing I showed you yesterday, it was actually during a meeting which we had with a partner of ours, and it was quite interesting because the people in the room were pretty much following such trends like TikTok, like YouTube Shorts, like Instagram Reels. And once we showed them that LinkedIn has introduced TikTok-wise videos, they were pretty much excited about using LinkedIn more, and they were pretty much explicit on the point that LinkedIn could be beneficial to them to earn some news, to gather some more information, even to spend some time. But as for the matter of fact, whether LinkedIn is going to to I don't know, demolish itself with a TikTok format. I'm not thinking it. I would rather say that they will influence even more people to join the platform. They'll influence even wider audience to create content. As we know, around 2 to 3% currently from the community on LinkedIn, which is kind of a few hundred million, just create actually it can be probably even less create content on LinkedIn. And I think that with a new TikTok wise format with videos, um, f- more people will be pushed towards this tendency and towards this trend probably. Even I got a message like 2 days ago, and right after this Ask Us Anything, I'm going to shoot a video for a webinar that I will be attending. I got a message from a friend of mine, like asking me for a video to boost and to promote the event even more. I was like, "What do you mean? Why should I create a video? I'm pretty good with the writing and with the storytelling and everything else." She was like, "You should do one. It would be beneficial to you, believe me, and let's try out."
Okay, so what does that mean for content creators? Those, uh, let's say, dozens of millions of users, well, which is, of course, a pretty small amount of those 1 billion registered and probably somehow active uh, members of LinkedIn. But what will change for you as a content creator?
I would definitely say that, especially having some gear in my home for shooting videos, like a softbox, like some tripod, etc., I would be probably tempted even more to create videos, especially if LinkedIn is really pushing them towards. As we know, previously, like a few months ago, videos on LinkedIn weren't that much a thing on the platform, mainly because the platform was more or less limiting the feature to create videos and to have wider reach and wider exposure. But now with those new introductions, especially for me, I will definitely try to create at least one video, probably. I won't say weekly, but let's say it bi-weekly, and just to see what will happen. Because honestly, for me, creating a video is way faster than writing a copy, than looking for some images to showcase the story I'm going to say, or create some design. Shooting a video can take 2 minutes. Writing a text, probably we can all agree here, from time to time it can take a few hours. depending on the text and depending on its format and its talent. But speaking about Gen Z, I'm curious, what do you think about like you got my point of view. I would be probably tempted to create more videos, but what do you think about the video feature? Would you create a video actually? I heard you have about some new stuff as well.
Okay, I'm pretty glad that you didn't finish with okay, boomer, it's your turn now. Yeah, I think I've admitted a couple of times during our Ask Us Anything sessions that I'm pretty scared of TikTok and what the platform's been doing to its users' brains, minds, etc. Um, but of course, I'm pretty aware of the power of video. Not only, even though I'm not sure whether that it's less time consuming than creating a good text, but it depends on the fact. Uh, each person, each user's, I don't know, understanding of perfect and whether uh, any update should be perfect. So it freaks me out, of course, but I will try to change since I don't want to be that sure. I'm already too old for social media. Plus, I don't think that LinkedIn is social media for old people, which means there are more and more younger users here, and we will have to adapt to uh, their preferences, their behavior, and yes, LinkedIn is the oldest social media we're currently using, and it's time to make it a never green one. So yeah, uh, okay, let's make a bet here. Can we do that?
I would actually, I wanted to ask you something. Can I challenge you and Teddy? Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Please.
challenging you as we're speaking now, and Teddy, since she is a bit more active in the social media fields, especially on some other which are more videos oriented. Can I challenge you to create one video until our next Ask Us Anything and upload it on LinkedIn, and then we can see the results.
Okay, so now you're starting to sound like we're too old to be on social media, but yeah, I believe that the challenge should be more, let's say, uh, mid to long term, and let's get back to this challenge in 3 months, in September, and let's have at least a couple of videos per month.
Definitely.
Okay, can we do that?
That's the uh, that's even better. I said just one video as we are just about to see whether it's time consuming, whether it's beneficial to us. But definitely, it sounds even better for me.
Well, I believe you asked me, Teddy. Uh, going to you in a few seconds. But since you asked me whether I think it was much harder to create videos or how do I feel about it, uh, I think the editing part is much more time consuming, uh, but we should adapt. There are so many AI based platforms. Not only what was it called, CapCut.
Hmm.
So editing should be done in, I don't know, maybe in less than 10 seconds. Probably in TikTok it works much faster since there are already prepared templates that you put your video shots in. But either ways, it's here. It's about to stay the short form video content. So we're about to adapt.
So, do
Teddy?
you accept the challenge?
Well, mate, I created the challenge.
All right, sure.
Yeah, yours from the kindergarten.
Teddy, what will you
I
say?
just I just had a deja vu with Alex answering to you, Emo. With I created the challenge. Well, you create challenges, but I create a lot of videos. Actually, this is my favorite format after after writing because I like the I like the editing tools when they're built in the app, because I think it encourages a lot of people to actually produce a lot more interesting content. This is actually why I like creating reels in Instagram. I do it quite often. It's just much. I feel like if you need to take people to tell them you need to make your video outside using another app, another program, I think this puts a barrier in so many people's mind, and this is also something that stops them. Another thing that we um, as users are a bit lenient towards, and stops a lot of people, and I really think that this is also something that needs to be taken into consideration, is the additional tools to actually make your video much more interesting. Alex mentioned templates that can be used. This is also something that I think should be implemented if we really want to bring video content to LinkedIn. Those are the two things I feel that should be considered, to be able to make your videos directly on the platform, upload from the camera roll, and make them using done templates, and have everything in the app. I think that that is much more inclusive to people. And actually, I think this is something that can open up LinkedIn even to people who don't feel confident about writing, because this is again something that we very much hear during trainings. And also we read a lot on LinkedIn, like, I want to see things, I don't know how to write them, and I don't want to use the AI. So great, make a video.
Actually, I have a fun fact about video content. Since Teddy spoke about
Video.
editing, and since she spoke about basically implementing some features on the platform eventually, I was speaking with a friend of mine. She's working closely with other social medias like Facebook and search consoles like Google. And every single time she wants to share something on LinkedIn, she just starts the camera, puts the video on, and doesn't edit the video. And she told me that the video attracts really wide range of new people that are visiting her profile, and this is being reflected in the profile views in her profile. The video she created without any editing, she's just pretty much laying on the bed and talking some talking some like stuff about the topic she's sharing, brought some new people to the profile of hers. And basically the video which I said that I will shoot, is going to be exactly at the same. No editing, no no music, nothing. I won't probably even add subtitles. I will just create a native video without any effort put in it, just the shooting, and just test whether LinkedIn is going to basically reward me for the efforts, even though it's not fully like benefited from my side with the subtitles, with the music, with the cuts, etc. But yeah, it would be definitely an interesting experiment to see, and probably next month or in 3 months, as Alex said, we'll see some results eventually.
Although I was not actively included in the discussion about videos, something which thank you about. I'm joking. I think what you say, Emma, is connected with the recent, well, not recent, but the trendy topic about authenticity on LinkedIn, because we talk about LinkedIn, and it's something that surely, well, in its extreme, it's probably not something that we should aim for. I am totally for your experiment. Let's see how it looks, and you have some experience, and you are a person who can add value in almost everything you say, which is something I can say surely because I know you. But maybe here we can pose the question: is it worth being authentic? Authentic, even if you don't have something to say, does that add value? Is it just a sport to gain followers being authentic? I'm not sure about that. I think that quality must remain a must on LinkedIn, and we should strive for it. Yeah, I think we have a question now.
Yeah, we have a question from Nikki in the comment section. Do you want to read it?
I will read it, yeah. As Emil thinks creating a video is faster than a text or image post, I want three of you to share how much time did each of you take to create your video content for the challenge. I wonder who would do it faster and will it affect the quality of the materials. Will Teddy, having more experience in video marketing, beat you? Okay, this competition is becoming more and more interesting. Challenge accepted.
I think that Nikki is a bit underestimating at least me, as she probably don't know, but previously my dog had an Instagram and TikTok profile, and I was creating content twice daily, video content. So I'm pretty much experienced in video making, Nikki. So don't underestimate me. You will be surprised. As there is one quote actually, underestimate me, it would be fun. So yeah, challenge accepted from my side. I would definitely share the results from the um, time management in terms of video content, but something probably we should implement here as important information is that the video itself doesn't cannot say whether it's good or not. There are a lot other factors that are um, basically dependent whether the video will perform well. It's your activity on LinkedIn, it's your previous actions on the platform, it's whether you engage with the audience. This is why we actively basically we actively say to anyone to be active on the platform and to really use its potential and to really use it as much as they can, because business is here and it's waiting for you. No matter if you're creating content, no matter if you are writing posts, no matter if you're just engaging with the others, you're losing your potential every single day if you're not on LinkedIn.
Okay, maybe we should spend a couple of minutes before changing the topic away from videos on LinkedIn. It's one new feature that LinkedIn has recently launched, which is called the Wire program. And LinkedIn announced it recently, but it seems like they have been working for quite some time now with some pretty large publishers, even though a limited number of publishers like Barron's, Bloomberg, Business Insider, Forbes, LinkedIn News, of course, the Wall Street Journal, Reuters, etc. And what the Wire program will be about is, of course, short-term video. And in fact, even though you might already hate it from other social networks, from now on, or maybe depending on how the beta testing will or will take place, or some of the or most of the users will be really angry of what they have received, is that while you're watching your videos, they will be interrupted with video ads. So LinkedIn have declared that they have received 45% increase in video uploads on LinkedIn during the last few years. So now they're testing a new features, and you will be able to promote in-stream video ads alongside trusted publisher content, which means not every content creator, at least at the beginning of the program, will be able to receive, let's say, money from ads that are streamed during their live sessions or long form videos. But on the other side, advertisers would be able to, let's say, promote their products, their services on Forbes, on Reuters, on Bloomberg, which is like a really cool thing that, it's usually really, really expensive. So that's a cool one. It's currently working for selected, as I already said, publishers in the EU. This is what we received as a feedback from one of the LinkedIn representatives, product leads who announced the feature, which was kind of I don't know, surprising for me, since they're usually testing those kind of features in the United States first, as they did with the connected TV advertisement. So yeah, this is a good way for them to diversify, let's say, the risk, to test more audiences. And I'm looking forward to being able to use this one for our partners. What do you think, guys? Okay, I'm pretty happy you all agree. So
The risk of
just
meeting
yeah,
the meeting taking hours.
yeah,
Sorry.
just be careful, and maybe be curious when we will see this option in the campaign manager for some of our partners. Okay, what next?
Next in the program, let's say, if we don't have questions at the moment, is some stats from Emma's recent academic paper. Emma, do you have something interesting to share with us? It's about LinkedIn, of course. We spoke about some hypotheses you had.
Mhm.
Were they proved?
Yeah.
Proved right? Proved wrong?
Mm-hmm. Actually, this is my favorite part of the agenda, honestly. Uh, as the academic paper which you mentioned is for my master thesis, and the master thesis is going to be probably completed in 2 weeks, hopefully, on the 25th of June. I have spent quite a lot of time on this paper, like couple of months. I had some mental breakdowns, some um, like philosophical dilemmas, whether I should finish it, whether I should just give up, and whether I should just go home, as said. However, it's now finished. It's a bit uh, more than 100 pages, and as Didi already mentioned, that the topic of the thesis was building personal branding on LinkedIn, with focus on the SSI index. And if you're unaware of the SSI index, don't forget that we're not only creating different trainings for using LinkedIn, but for knowing the platform as well. So you can pretty much contact us if anything on LinkedIn sounds unfamiliar with you. But mentioning the thesis and the SI index, it's the social selling index, which basically tells you, in terms of my master's thesis, how good your personal branding is. As I said, it's just in terms of my master thesis. I'm not summarizing the whole index itself. So yeah, I have 7 hypotheses. You can see currently some of the features of the index. The industries part currently shown the marketing, graphic design, business consulting, software development, higher education, and finance, and the different index that is related to each of the industries. The industries with higher number, as you can see, 35, 35, even 31 in terms of 25 and 26, is tempted to be more competitive and to be with people that are investing more time, more resources, even more money, probably, on LinkedIn. So yeah, going back to the master's thesis, it's pretty much connected with the things I'm going to mention with 7 hypotheses. I'm going just to look at my phone, not to make any mistakes. So in terms of the actual hypothesis, um, happily, all 7 of the hypotheses are now approved. They have significance. They are relevant. My data isn't representative, as the people that took part in the survey are not really representative. But anyway, the hypotheses are relevant, as I said, in terms of the software I have used. They go like the people that are actively following their and measuring their index on LinkedIn, the SSI index, say that they can measure the power of their personal branding. They can analyze the efforts they put into their personal branding and to define pretty much fields for improvement in terms of their personal branding. Um, what does this information tell us? Basically, this information can enlighten us on the fact that actively following and actively measuring your index can give you insights what to do, how to do it, and what not to do, pretty much, on LinkedIn. The other 4 hypotheses that are with significance, with 100% significance actually, and one of the hypotheses has moderate power, is that the people that know or are familiar with the index, they actively create content, they actively communicate with their network, they actively respond and send messages on the platform, and pretty much the people that are um, familiar with the index think that their personal brand is closely connected with the index. So yeah, I'm curious about, as I know Alex isn't really following my logic here. He is a bit, as I made while I'm saying this, I made in-depth interview with him, and in the interview, which was like hour and 20 minutes long, he was pretty much against the odds, and he said that following your index doesn't really let you measure your personal brand. So, Alex, I'm going to ask the others as well. So, get prepared. Do you think that measuring your index on LinkedIn, your index, really can eventually make you um, find whether your personal brand is effective, whether it's not? Is it a vital stat you should measure, or it's something relevant?
Do I have the right to reply here first, or let the ladies start?
You can go on, since you were part of the interview and the actual paper itself, and they can steal some of your thoughts eventually when you're speaking.
If my thoughts are everyone's to take and to share, etc. Yeah, maybe not to steal. Um, well, I'm not sure I remember that I've said that it doesn't measure how strong your brand is. But yeah, Going to your social selling index page, which is a free tool, even though it's part of LinkedIn's, let's say, content marketing efforts to attract more users for the Sales Navigator, and which comes with one of the premium subscription plans. So what a few cons I have here is first you have four verticals, four pillars, which are in fact marked with 25%, 25 points. And the main question here should be, is the establish or professional brand pillar as important as engage with insights? And next, how do LinkedIn measure and decide who the right people are from the find the right people pillar? And since it's not pretty clear, this one it turns to be pretty much not as effective. I will have to mute since you're currently listening to some cool music.
I was just going to remark on that, and the fact that you have a soundtrack, which is not that bad actually. Um,
He's preparing for the video challenge with some background
exactly,
music. Yeah.
that's exactly what I was thinking. Um, yeah, I actually quite agree with what Emma said, that this is there is a correlation, but it's not an ultimate one. So there are a lot of facets for me, especially on what makes a professional actually successful on LinkedIn, and how to measure the success. But this is still a good guideline that I think we should be aware of. Um, but also, awareness means consciousness. Therefore, you should check on it. You should keep in touch with your score, but I don't think you should obsess over your score, because at the end of the day, it is just a number, and human interactions and the way you capture the audience, the content that you're producing, the way you're interacting with others is going to be much more valuable than whether you are ranked first or maybe somewhere down the line. But it's not something that to completely disregard. So that's my opinion on it. Mm. Look at it, but don't stress about it. Don't obsess with it.
Okay, since the ambient here is it's much better, uh, I totally agree with Teddy, and some maybe some technical stuff, since I've seen people going crazy about their social selling index ranking. The guys, the platform is growing. There are many LinkedIn influencers with not just thousands but tens and hundreds of thousands of people. So it's pretty normal if you've had let's say 80, even 85 points out of 100 to currently have 70, 75, which is okay, since probably and I say probably since we don't know what these pillars mean, how are they uh, basically um, built, and what data stands behind that. So probably the range of your network, the amount of followers you have, it's important. So it's really different whether you have 11,000 followers, as I do, or nine, as Emo currently does, at probably 20,000 in half a year. Another bet, my man.
Mm.
And whether you have, let's say, 500,000. So it's okay for you to have lower social selling index. Don't freak out.
Just as a reference, and then I'm giving the word to Didi. Didi, please forgive me. I'm referring to the Teddy's comment. In fact, the index itself, I'm totally agreeing on the fact that it shouldn't be taken for granted. You should always question whether it's something significant, whether it's really reflecting mm, your personal efforts toward platform. And in fact, this is the opinion of some of the industry leaders I have interviewed, like the people I have interviewed are actually people on higher positions with developed personal brand, working in big companies. Like I'm going to keep it as a secret for now, as it's pretty much um, cryptid information, at least for the next 2 weeks. But those are some really big and great companies, and I'm confident that if 10 industry leaders think the same, think the same way, probably their opinion isn't something that we should basically neglect. And Teddy, since your point of view was pretty much connected to the relevance of this index, perhaps one day, if this thesis goes live in the world as a paper or as a short book, I'm going to definitely ask you for reference, especially with your interest towards books. So, Didi, forgive me um, for taking your time, but please let us know um, your opinion on the um, topic I have started, and perhaps get to the end of this live stream.
Well, a lot was said about the SSI. I'm not sure whether I have something very valuable to add. Just maybe to say that it's a very good tool. Not to be obsessed, as Teddy said. One more agreement here. But just to remind you where you can improve your performance, and even as a help to make you a better user of the platform. One more last thing, probably, in this discussion, if meanwhile you don't have any questions in the comments, I want to share that we have already started testing the premium subscription option on LinkedIn pages. We have quite a lot of pages to administrate, and we have started seeing that the feature is rolling out. So we are gradually using that feature so far. We see that there is one visitor of the page that can be seen. Whether that's random or not, we'll see, and how it will affect the reach of the page. That's something we're going to test. And when we have some significant data, we're going to share with you. As you know, the premium subscription means that page admins can see who, of course, certain visitors who are eligible can be seen on the page, meaning that you can see who has seen and visited your page. You can try with custom buttons on the page. You have some uh, you have some more features which are going to help you improve the performance of the page. And as you know, all new features that LinkedIn implements, it's good to test them and to show the platform that you are actively and adequately using the platform. So we suggest you experimenting, but for now we can't give you certain data because, as you know, always when we are suggesting something and advising you something, it's based on data. So stay tuned. Hopefully next time, which is in July, on the 5th of July, we'll have our next Ask Us Anything about LinkedIn. There is already an event on our page. We're going to leave a link in the comments so you can uh, mark yourself as attending, and you'll get a notification reminding you in just 1 month that you can ask your questions. This time I'm going to give Emo the last words as a talent of the year. Only this time.
Thank you, Didi. That's so kind of you. Since Didi mentioned that 5th of July is our next Ask Us Anything live stream, um, we're still communicating it internally, but probably this will be the last Ask Us Anything for the summer. So make sure that you attend it, as no more questions for the next 2 months, either way, and you should definitely have them answered and not wait for 2 months. And as probably as closing remarks, since two of us actually currently are in Varna, in the sunny Varna, and Alex and Teddy are positioned in Sofia. I'm just going to remind you to drink water, as the temperatures are rising and rising every single day. And don't get, yeah, I'm having one bottle here as well. So don't forget to drink water, and of course, enjoy the sweetness of your wife. I have some brownies here. So yeah, thank you for attending our.
No. Stop there. Just stop there. Let's make a little disclaimer that you were together with us, with me, Teddy, and the other part of the team, and you didn't brought us any brownies. So how come? Why did you do that? Or in fact, why didn't you do that?
Because it
But
was a
did he bring you sweets from Austria? From, from his colleague and friend in Varna? He did.
so.
Maybe I shouldn't miss more office hours.
You should.
Yeah.
That's the proof.
In fact, the brownies weren't prepared from me, but from someone else. But next time, I would definitely consider it as an opportunity to make you like me even more with my lovely brownies or something else, perhaps. So yeah, if you now let me finish this prolonged closing remarks. Thank you everyone for joining our live stream. It was a blessing to have you here. Don't forget to always be one step ahead of yesterday, and to always have a nice strategy which you can implement in your LinkedIn game. It was a pleasure to speak in front of you. I think that I'm currently speaking from everyone's perspective, and see you on the 5th of July.